Hey folks, Quilly18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play City Skylines After Dark. Oh yeah, it's actually nighttime right now and everything. Complaining about power there, we just built a new power thing, so those should go away momentarily, and there they go. Very nice. I'm wondering what I want to do with my road setup over here. If we are going to expand down this way, and we will very shortly, so let's go ahead and consider that. And I'm using the non-tree-lined avenues in quite a few places just to save a little bit of money for now. Let's say this is going to run roughly alongside the highway and probably have quite a few little on and off ramps along the way. When we do that, let's keep this one going straight like that, and for whatever reason I got my cutesy little 4-lane one with the bus lanes going this way. It just looks interesting, but let's actually not continue it all the way, just because the traffic requirements are actually relatively large. Let's have it morph into a 6-lane one, although some of which is the bus lane. I'm going to have it continue going this way, but I also want a little angled one like that. Okay. Good. Now, do I want at some point I'm going to want neighborhoods with like little curvy internal roads. I mean, we've got that, and we've got a lot of things going at various angles, which is good, and avoiding a lot of really straight lines. This helps, I mean, it makes things look a little bit more interesting, but it also discourages anyone from driving through neighborhoods, which is really very valuable. Still more demand for industrial. I'm hoping they continue to pad out the farmland, which actually is basically capped out. There's a limited possibility for upgrades in farmlands here, so if we want more industry, we might have to build more conventional industry. We do have... How well can you see these at night? Oh, just fine. And a little bit of farming here. Down here is what? Ore? Ore. So we might want to do some ore things there, but it's going to take like 2 other map tiles, if not 3, to sort of reach there with any sort of real success. Train there is going to be very nice to hook into. Oh, and speaking of mass transit possibilities, I said I was going to set up a bus lane over here. So let's set up one that's sort of internal to the neighborhood. Actually, maybe now's the right time to set up the actual bus station. Ooh, I like that. So this bus station here is a great way, so a bit of noise pollution. If I put it here, so it's not too bad. We've got room for the avenue to go by, plus an extra little gap. And it's near this highway, which could also be very handy. Do you really not have power? No, you'll be fine in a second. Although, as our city continues to grow and more buildings pop up, our power load will continue to go up, so let's go ahead and preempt that by doing it that way. So, we're going to work on having more bus lanes go through here so people can get around the city a lot easier. So, let's start by doing something that's effectively going to be this neighborhood, but it's going to plug into that. Oh, I have it on that side of the road? I guess that's fine. You can go there, then here. Let's say one stop there, there. There's fine, there, and then stop. Oh, you have to pick an actual spot. Interesting. There. How are you gonna get? You gotta go that way. Stop one more time there, once here, and then connect up. Okay, good. Maybe a little bit of a bus service over here then. I don't want to make any individual bus line too long. I don't know if there's an optimal number. Oh, the turnaround for the buses is very annoying. We're gonna have to go and remedy that. So I'll do that in a moment. In a mo. Sorry, I won't say that again. Stop there, and then hook up there. So there really needs to be a way for things to turn around here. And I wonder what I want to do for that. I think the thing to do might actually be to plan on having a road this way. Like that. Now, it's still not convenient. Or can the buses U-turn? I can't remember if you can U-turn. No. So they're still having to go a million miles away to circle around here. How do I do this the least painfully for my people? It's not necessarily great for traffic patterns. Facilitates one bus route, but not the other. Although... Oh, there we go. It just hadn't updated yet. So that gives them a way to loop around. In fact, it would be nice... Can you edit a bus route? I can't remember. Drag line to add stop. Yeah. So this would create a new line. But there we go. And you too. There we go. Because then we can have actual things over here. There can be a purpose to that little loop. It's not the greatest little bit of road. It's functional. We might replace it with some other function later on. What I could do is just prong off of this for this neighborhood. Now, I guess this will be more industry, almost certainly. Industry does tend to create a lot of traffic. This could end up being... Could be an office network. I don't have wickedly educated people. We don't have a university yet. And we could do that, and we could just, like, really just have spokes going off here. I think we could probably... just use this style of road. This one here, and then one more. That's quite a few intersections near each other, which is not what you want to do. Do I want to have these be circular? I don't know what kind of design I want here. And leave some extra green spaces. Well, green spaces are well and good, but that's a lot of space. Okay. Do this, and then connect up over here. And it's going to discourage any through traffic from doing that and leaving the 6 lanes. But that puts us in a pretty good spot to build a little industrial area over here. Actually leave a little bit of a gap, so that way we can put some trees down. That's one less. There we go. We'll just fit some trees in there, especially once I add in the tree brush mod again. I think it would not kill us to do something like this. There we go. Split the intersections up a bit. If I did this, I think it's actually unnecessary. I don't think it would hurt. I don't think it would create a bad traffic pattern, but I do think it would be overall unnecessary. Do I want to connect this up here? Let's do it. If it turns out that this intersection is just a little too crazy, then we'll do it. But for now, it's more than fine. So, lots of demand for industry, so let's go ahead and get some of that down over here. Again, it would be nice to build offices, though. But I don't think we're quite there yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this into a sort of good and proper industrial area. Maybe along here too. This block, that block, along the outside. This also gives us a great spot to put maybe another incinerator. There, something like that. It's only going to cover more industrial areas with the pollution, so that's not too bad at all. There's no water towers over here. We should double check that our water towers are not getting polluted drinking water, and they're not, because that is really bad for citywide sickness. We've learned that one the hard way. This area is a lot nicer on traffic than it used to be, and this one is not yet overflowing with traffic, which is a good sign. This, however, hold on. That is brutal. So it's going to be time for us to make a change over here. Okay, let's pause. Bulldoze this. We could go with a tunnel, but I don't think we need to do that. Plus, tunnels are a little bit more expensive. Oh, bicycle lanes. No. Bring this up as close as we can. as short as we can, and then connect up over there. Okay. Now, we can't just do this, because it'll just move a traffic jam in some other place we don't want it to be. We do need to provide ways for people to get in and out of the highway here. Now, again, with this is going to be a very simple interchange, which is not very scalable. We're going to want to bring this up later on to be a little bit more robust. But for now, something like this would work fine. I'd like this to actually go off straight. I guess I can turn off snapping, right? Yeah, there we go. Now again, this creates very nasty traffic lights over here. Very nasty. And it might not actually fix our traffic problem. But we'll see how it works as is. I'm actually looking to bring this in at sort of a right angle to make a very traditional intersection there. Come up that way. At least by making this relatively long, it does make life a little easier at the intersection. Turn the snapping back on. Snap straight. There you go. Alright, so, you know, not symmetrical. I mean, traffic here is flowing a lot faster because now they're on an intersection, but a lot of those cars want to come down here. So yeah, now they're all coming over here. This is a temporary thing. They're not gonna go there later. Do you not have any sewage coverage? Or, you know, water in general? Or is the sewer capacity too low? Sewer capacity does need an upgrade, especially once all this area comes online, but right now it's just complaining about the fact that it doesn't have a connection at all. So let's go ahead and get that. And that, and then I'm out of money. But we're making lots of money, so I'll be able to build a new water tower and more sewage outflow pretty soon. Yeah, a little bit of a sewage backup, which is not good for our health. That's going to be the #1 priority. Okay, a little lack of water is probably less bad than the sewage backup. Alright, again, this traffic should clear up soon. This can't actually handle a massive, massive sort of volume. Volume is the word I'm looking for. Massive volume of traffic. It doesn't. It's good for really relatively modest traffic, which is what we're dealing with right now. And again, this should go away soon. This is just a backlog. I think once the night processes, this should ameliorate itself. See, a lot of these cars are disappearing here. It's because they were stuck in this backflow for ages. So I think that'll fix itself. But I'm a little bit worried that this is still going to be pretty heavily backed up. Because right now the problem is people who come here, some of them are turning left, some of them are turning right. Ideally, in a full interchange, the people who are trying to go in this direction, say, let's call this west, have a separate lane and, you know, would link around over here. And again, ideally, we'd have the traffic mods to force only right turns, only left turns. Well, we may leave this here and then upgrade the structure later, maybe with tunnels. Like, it could be as easy as pulling something off of here, going to tunnel mode, and then just popping it out over here. So everyone who's trying to go over here will use that separate thing and alleviate some of the congestion at this intersection. But we're okay right now. Let's get another water tower down. Oh, does this cause noise pollution? It does too. That's very disappointing. Do you get pollution from the highway? Not any noticeable amount. Okay, so this tower is still currently fine. But yeah, we're gonna have to expand our territory to get some proper water pumps soon. Bit of traffic here. Not an unmanageable amount, but again, we're gonna have to start building some proper highway interchanges soon. I might do some of that like between cuts here, because it'll probably involve a fair amount of fiddling, and then we can talk about the design afterwards. Because part of the reason my highways tend to look pretty ugly is because I'm doing them quickly on video. Whereas if I'm not recording, I can spend all the time in the world fiddling with things. And yeah, this is it's just not going to cut it. There's too many people trying to come in. I mean, some of it's just still a backflow. And some of it might be a lack of public transit. That is still a thing. So like over here, this is not currently being serviced. The other thing is the other area of town. We'll stop there. Not that there's any need for it yet, but at some point. Leave here. You'll go there. There. And I guess there's no reason not to just complete the stop, but I don't know. Let's do one there. And then go and complete. The other area of town doesn't connect up to our little system yet. So let's go and have like an express that does that. Actually, might not be a terrible idea to go around the outer loop here. And then do a quick pit stop on the inside. And then a quick pit stop over here. And then maybe back over here. Stop there. And then make your way. Wait. Really? That's the path you're going to take? Interesting. Right, because we don't have a highway exit again. Alright, traffic's less in there. It is night, which is going to affect things. And yeah, we're getting some emergency vehicles stuck in here. Now, obviously, I can make this bigger. I could make this a 3-lane highway as opposed to just an on-off ramp. But that's just sort of a band-aid. It's not a true solution to the problem. I'd also discuss the fact that we're going to get a metro relatively soon in this game, and I think that's still going to happen. Meanwhile, though, there's still some demand for commercial. I'm going to still use low density for now. And actually, if I recall, that's especially important with commercial, because I think the higher density commercial really jumps up in education requirements quite rapidly. And obviously we're not going to want any residential here because of the pollution. Okay, well, we'll go ahead and flag this as more commercial too. That's probably going to be too much, but we'll get back to it. And then we'll go and put down some high density residential in here because we've got some demand for that too. But I think the next thing to do will be to save up so that we can buy some new regions and get some proper water coming in here because the water supply is starting to be a little bit strained. These guys might not like the noise. We'll deal with that. Income is pretty good. I think it is probably a good idea to go and spend a little bit to get hospital there. We want a crematorium. I don't know if we've got much in the way of death care yet. And a small firehouse. And we'll want a small police station. And yeah, crematoriums will have to start getting put down pretty quickly. Need 12 grand for that? No, it goes in pretty quickly. Good, good, good. Actually, maybe we'll put it in on the inner loop over here. And nearly there. We're making 4,000 per day right now. Or per week. Whatever the stats work out to be. Boom. Good. We'll want schools and everything too, but yeah, the death care. We're going to want crematoriums. Do we have any? We've got one. Okay. So, I mean, at least we've got that, but we need more soon. Because we're starting to hit... Everyone who moves into your city, unless something has changed in the After Dark patch, everyone who moves into your city moves in at roughly the same age. So they tend to die off in huge waves. And that's where part of the big like death apocalypses come from, is from everyone who's just moved into a neighborhood you just built dying off simultaneously. All your hearses move over here, they tend to get stuck in traffic with themselves, and then other people start dying elsewhere while your hearses are busy, which is particularly bad. There are some mods to shake up the age a little bit and make it slightly less devastating when your population ages off simultaneously. Now, I think the death timer is somewhat randomized, and or when people come in is slightly randomized and people get replaced is slightly randomized. So after that first death wave, usually by then a neighborhood sort of gets broken up a bit more. But that first one can be pretty devastating. So we're just going to save up to 25,000. We'll put a nice crematorium over here. Now there's a great mod to auto-empty graveyards and what is it called? The trash thing. The landfill. And it's a great little mod because what happens is every time a graveyard or a landfill fills up, what you can do is you can command it to be emptied. And what it'll do is they'll empty from here to maybe another cemetery or graveyard, or sorry, or cemetery or landfill. But they'll also get sent to incinerators. And these things are relatively cheap and have a lot of trucks. And to go from here to a nearby incinerator is a very lightweight job. And what the mod will do, it'll automatically, whenever your site gets full, it'll turn to empty. It'll basically empty it into an incinerator, and then it'll stop emptying, which is another thing the game doesn't do automatically by itself, which is good normally, because oftentimes when you want to empty, you might be looking to move or delete a site, for example. And so this mod will keep toggling that back and forth, and it actually makes life really, really, really quite handy. This short little thing here is actually a bit of an issue, too. You never want your intersections that close to one another. So we might have to do a tweak. But that is a really nice mod. I don't have it running right now, but it might be one that we want to add in at a relatively high priority, and I suspect that there shouldn't be anything in After Dark that has broken that core behavior. Let's get you down there. We're placing some houses, but I think that's okay. All right. Town continues to grow. People are happy. People are moving in. A lot of pollution over here. It shouldn't reach my residential area. We're hoping. Blackouts. Ah, the power situation. That's another thing. God, it's too bad we're not going to be able to dam. These things are very, very cost efficient. Like, they're not space efficient. They use up a lot of space, and they look a little bit dumb, but man, oh man, are they cost efficient. And it's nice to just run your whole city on that. But we do need more. I'm going to get another one. Oh, not enough money. We are producing just enough power now, but the consumption goes up pretty quickly. Our buildings are still upgrading and growing. Traffic is a bit backlogged over here because we do have an intersection over here, which is a little less than ideal. We are really going to, you can see most of the traffic here is all heavy trucks, right? And we would like to pull that off the road. The buses are helping pulling some of the residential traffic off the road. We are getting some complaints about garbage. I want another incinerator. Ideally, somewhere not covering the houses. So probably something like this. And then maybe we'll build some offices over here. Offices and commercial, which isn't bothered. Actually, this is commercial here, right? Yeah, well, I should check this view. Okay, so that's not so bad. So we put it, say, here. And that should be all right. It shouldn't overflow into the rest of the thing. And we do need more garbage support. We'll just wait until we hit 30. Plus, this will generate more power for us, and that's nice. And 30. And while I'm at it, let's zone up some commercial over here. So that we get more power to automatically come in. Looks like we do need water, though. Do that. There we go. Just run it along there. That is good. It's our power situation. All right. Water situation, kind of poor. I think we have no choice but to expand over here and start draining water from over here to supply the city. Plus, it'll look quite nice. You can't see it right now because it's at nighttime. Wow, is it ever dark on my OBS? Can I change the darkness of darkness? Film grain, depth of field. I need to change like a gamma setting or something. Huh. Because, yeah, trying to point out. Like, I can just see it on my screen. Maybe you can. It'll depend on exactly how it encodes on the YouTube. But there's a bit of a gorge here between the two cliffs, and it would be fun to build up in that general direction. Try to build along the contours if we can. It does look nice from here. If you, how do you turn things on for screenshot mode? There's a key for it. It's like Z? Nope. Can't remember. Options. Key mapping? Hide UI. Screenshot as of 12. High resolution screenshot, which is fun too. Oh. One of these. I'll probably zoom right by it. I should just Google it. There is a key, and I can't remember what it is. Terribly sorry, folks. Zoom camera in and out. If I just hit F12, that's... I don't think that's it. I think that'll take a screenshot of everything, not go into screenshot mode. And I don't want to hit random buttons and have anything screw up while I'm in the middle of recording. I'll figure it out for next time. Money is coming in, so we're going to build that way. Next time, I'll go and buy those. What I'm going to do in between the cuts here is I might work on this interchange. Specifically right over here, we need to come up with a slightly better situation. I am a little bit limited by this landfill site, actually, because I won't be able to move it unless it's empty. And emptying it's going to be kind of a pain. We'll have to send everything to another incinerator and then get it out of there. And then we can build up. Maybe... Actually, maybe that's what we'll do. Instead of connecting up over here, I can just connect up way over here. We'll have to have the on-ramps be quite long. But if we do that, then there won't be intersections too closely together. Ooh, I'm actually kind of a fan of this. And as a bonus, we can leave landfill site where it is. Alright, I'm going to mess around with that between episodes, folks, and when we come back, hopefully we'll have something that works a little bit better. Oh god, the pollution over here is terrible. See you next time. Bye-bye.